I'm Mike Gross. Alongside me is Chris Bagdonis, and we're at the Scotch Plains Fanwood High School Raiders basketball game here against Governor Livingston Highlanders. And we're just a couple seconds away from tip-off, and this is going to be a great matchup. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, the Raiders still undefeated on the season, 5-0, and Governor Livingston 3-3 on the season. They're a dangerous team to play against, so I'm sure the Raiders will have their A game tonight. But there's definitely a lot of individual great seasons. Of course, Tommy Drabulis with almost 15 points a game. And here we go for tip-off.
And the Raiders corral the tip-off. Cruz gets it. Now Tommy. Tommy's running up the middle of the court. Here's Cruz now at the top of the key. Cruz dips into Dwight Layler. Back out to Cruz on the left side. Lamont drives down the middle of the lane with some contact. Can't convert the layup. Gets his own rebound. Goes up for two. No good. And 45. That is Dylan DeFranzo. Gets the rebound. Now
Fowler passing.
Here is Schumann. Now Davey.
DeFranzo puts it in.
DeFranzo puts it up and in.
The Highlanders break the ice here. Now the Raiders are looking to get some points of their own.
Now Minch. Here's Cruz at the top of the key. Dips into Dwight. Steps out to the perimeter. Cruz in the right corner.
Pick from layup.
Cruz. Here's Minch now on the right side. Gives it into Cruz. Cruz jabs. Now Drabulis in the corner. Brings it back out. We're going to restart with Cruz. Swings it around to Minch. Minch. Now Brady at the top of the key. Passes to Dwight. Almost loses it. And now we're going to have Tommy again. We're going to restart this offense here. Minch on the right side. Dwight coming off the screen. Gets it. Now Cruz for three. No good off the front iron.
Brady gets that offensive rebound. A good play from him. Now they get an extra possession.
Now Cruz again. Here's Drabulis on the left side. Brady passes to Cruz. Cruz drives. Goes up. No good off the back of the backboard.
Looks like Cruz is a little snake bitten. He's 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 right now.
Fowler in to McCullough. McCullough now back out to Davey. Here's Fowler again.
Down the
Fowler
post.
Dips in. Now Fowler again on the right wing. Now here's Schumann. Schumann out to DeFranzo. Here's McCullough in the corner. Back out to Ryan Davey. Now on the right side.
Fowler.
Matthew Fowler is going to restart it here. Here is Davey. Davey. Now McCullough. In the right corner is Fowler. Fowler's going to restart again. Here's McCullough. McCullough drives, steps back out, doesn't find anything. He's going to give it to Fowler. Fowler guarded closely by Brady. Now here's Davey. Davey drives left, can't get anything from the superb defense from Tommy. Fowler almost loses it. McCullough gets it. And nice Brady comes up with it after the Cruz steal. Brady racing down the floor.
Puts it
Goes up and no good. Wanted a foul called, but nothing. Now Fowler down the right side of the floor. Picked up by Cruz. Fowler drives, can't find anything. Now Davey.
Puts it
Davey
up.
For three. Bang!
Off to an early 5-point lead for Governor Livingston. The Raiders find themselves in the hole pretty early.
And Ryan Davey converts the three-point field goal. Cruz. Now Minch on the right side. Up to Drabulis. Here's Layler. Drabulis on the right side. Drives towards the middle with some contact. Up, no good.
DeFranzo gets that defensive rebound, and now it's Governor Livingston the other way.
There's a presence in the paint. Now Fowler on the right side. Here's Schumann. All the way back out to McCullough, and they're going to restart. Guarded by Minch. Now Schumann. McCullough for three. And it's good. That is an 8-point lead so far by the Governor Livingston Highlanders. Not what the Raiders expected.
Yeah, I mean, they're just pretty sloppy. Unfortunately, some bad shot selection, and they find themselves down pretty early by a big margin.
Doing this. So like first quarter, I'll do like play-by-play and I'll come to you and I'll be like, and then like stop, if I pause or whatever after a bucket, just like say something like that, and then you'll get second and third quarter.
All right.
And I'll get fourth quarter.
All right.
Like that.
Awesome.
And we're going to restart again coming out of the timeout. Just over 4 minutes left. And Cruz takes the ball over the timeline. Now Cruz hands it off to Brady. Brady gets the screen on the left side from Layler. Kicks to Drubulus for three. And it's in. Tommy Drubulus puts the Raiders' first points on the board with a 3-point field goal.
That was a big bucket. Now they can finally loosen up and start their offense and hopefully get a big defensive stop here.
That'll be his 14th 3-point field goal made. Now here's Davey. Davey was going to give it to McCullough.
Fowler.
Schumann pulls up from the short corner. No good.
Rebound by
Cruz corrals the rebound. Cruz kicks it back out to Drubulus for another three.
Oh.
Rims in and out, and McCullough comes up with the rebound. McCullough on the right side. Now here's Fowler. Fowler makes a move on Layler. Can't get anywhere. Pulls
Separates.
up from above the free throw line. No good. And Cruz will corral the rebound. Almost loses it. Does lose it. Now Schumann on the right side. Schumann's guarded by Minch.
Franzo's
now
in.
Into Franzo. Here's McCullough on the outside. Guarded closely by Lamont. Great pressure from the Raiders here.
Fowler looking for something.
Fowler's going to restart. And great pass to DeFranzo. DeFranzo, another ball fake on Layler. Puts it up in and off the glass. Sloppy defense by the Raiders to start off this first quarter.
Again, Governor Livingston cashes in. The Raiders need a shot in the arm to get going in this game.
Drubulus to Layler. Back to Drubulus. He's going to try for another three. No good off the back iron. And it's going to tip off of Layler. So that'll be Governor Livingston ball.
Well, the Raiders definitely need something. A substitution. We have number 32. Justin Guy is in the game, averaging 4.5 points a game.
He's going to check in for Ryan Minch. And maybe some fresh legs will do the Raiders some good on defense. That's going to be a reach-in foul called on Jack Brady.
Now that'll be his first.
Raiders, they definitely, they need to get something going, and they might find themselves down again because Governor Livingston's looking dangerous in the offensive end.
McCullough's going to throw it in. Now Davey on the outside. Davey back to McCullough on the left wing. Davey's going to reset at the top of the key. Davey gives it into DeFranzo. DeFranzo to Schumann for two. No good. Lamont Cruz comes up with another big rebound.
Yeah, we'll see if the Raiders can cash in on this possession. They definitely need some points on the board.
Brady now. Tommy Drubulus outside the top of the key. Layler for three. It's
Got
good. Cash money for Dwight Layler. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Raiders are down 6-10. And Davey. Now McCullough. Great trap defense from the Raiders. McCullough, that'll be backcourt. Brady's going to steal it away. It's going to be off McCullough after the tip pass, and the Raiders are gaining some momentum towards the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, after that big three-pointer, they look to cash in again and hopefully make it a one-possession game.
Cruz is going to pass it in to Layler. Now Drubulus. Drubulus to the right corner to Cruz. Off the front iron and no good.
Fowler gets that rebound.
Fowler makes a move on Brady. Back out to Fowler. Fowler is going to drive. Now Schumann. Here's DeFranzo on the outside. McCullough on the top of the key. Drives. Great pass to Davey. And great awareness.
13-6 lead for Governor Livingston. The Raiders.
Tyler McCullough. Great awareness to give it to Davey for the three-point field goal. Now Cruz at the top of the key. Here's Justin Guy. Almost loses it, but gets it back. Cruz on the outside. Another three taken by the Raiders and off the front iron. Now Fowler comes up with it down the right side of the floor. Fowler's going to make a move on Brady. Steps back. Tries a three. And it's good. Everything is falling. It is raining threes for Governor Livingston today.
Yeah, no umbrellas today. It is a double-digit lead for Governor Livingston.
Cruz drives. Doesn't draw the foul. There should have been a foul. And finishes on DeFranzo. Great press defense from the Raiders. Davey. Now Fowler again. Fowler's going to kick out to DeFranzo. And Cruz. Layler's going to take it away. Has Cruz. On the left side, a foul! And one! You can count that bucket for Lamont Cruz. He's going to go to the line and shoot one.
What a fast break by the Raiders. Now they definitely look to be getting some momentum now, right before the end of the first quarter. Let's see, can Cruz cash in on this free throw? A couple of substitutions for Governor Livingston. Josh Colden's coming in, as well as Fernandinho Melo. Or, excuse me, Ferdinando Melo.
Josh Colden leads the team with 9 steals. And Brady's going to get the rebound from the Cruz free throw. Now again, misses it. Dwight gets the rebound. Back out to Brady on the right wing. No good off the back of the rim. Colden's going to come up the left side of the floor. Nobody picks him up. Now Schumann. Coleman
Running
again.
out of time.
Davey, 2 seconds. Faller for 3. No good. Lamont comes up with the rebound, and that ends the first quarter. 10-16. We have one in the books here at Scotch Plains Fanwood.
Yeah, and Governor Livingston, they had a strong start, but the Raiders definitely picked up some momentum going down the stretch of the first
You are right, Chris.
This is just like our test round.
It's an 18-21 game here at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School. Nelson Cruz is at the charity stripe. Lamont Cruz, excuse me.
Oh, good.
And it's no good. He's 0 for 2 for Lamont Cruz. Faller, definitely a presence on offense tonight. Passes it over, called it, and it's a foul. Offensive foul. It's Raiders ball, and they could tie the game up with a 3-pointer on this drive.
And you can see this Raiders bench getting ecstatic on those sidelines.
Drublis inbounds to Cruz. Cruz takes it slow, over to Minch. Back to Drublis. Back to Dwight Layler, gets a swat on it. Drublis double teamed. Over to Justin Guy. Takes a look. Back to Dwight Layler. Back to Drublis. Raiders looking for something. No, and Cruz comes in. Guy. Over to Drublis. Back to Cruz. Cruz puts it up, and he is blocked. But Justin Guy gets the offensive rebound, and he kind of messed up the layup, and it is GL ball.
Should have been a couple fouls called there, but the whistle stays in the pocket.
Yeah, the refs are letting them play tonight. GL with the ball. Evan Reiner. Back to DeFranzo, and he is fouled. Looks like Dwight Layler got some contact with him, and looks like GL will have inbound. Jack Brady checks in for the Raiders. Dwight Layler heads to the bench. And also a substitution for Governor Livingston. Matthew Schumann is back in the game. And it's another foul on Jack Brady. This time getting some contact with number 30, Tyler McCullough.
I think that's 2 on Brady.
Colden inbounds. And Reiner looking for a play. Reiner backing up, resetting. Reiner puts up a 3. No good, but DeFranzo gets it back. And Colden gets a chance. He spins, he passes, another shot, and it's in. Matthew Schumann picks up another 2 points, and it's a 23-18 lead.
Just a smooth stroke for Matthew Schumann to pull up in the short corner.
Lamont Cruz over to Guy. Back to Cruz. Looks for a play. Puts it up, and he is fouled. A bit of a late call, much of the chagrin of the Governor Livingston fans. Lamont Cruz, he's kind of been snake bitten at the line today, but hopefully he can get some free points for the Raiders. And he makes it first free throw of the night. 1 for 3 for Cruz. Some substitutions for GL. We have number 15, Fernandando Melo. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Cruz for a second shot. And he makes it. So it's a 23-20 game. Governor Livingston is still in the lead, but the Raiders look to be having a much better second quarter. But here, Reiner, over to Calden. Calden, over to McCullough. McCullough turns it over, and it is a Raiders ball. And the GL fans are enraged.
But it was clearly off McCullough's foot. Yes, tipped away by Cruz, but off McCullough's foot.
Cruz gets the ball. Over to Minch. Minch. Getting some contact. Justin Guy. Back to Brady. Over to Cruz. Raiders looking for some points. Cruz puts it up and in. It is a 1-point game here at Scotch Plains Fairwood High School. And Reiner comes down the right side. Back to Calden. Calden at the boat. Back to McCullough. McCullough pulls up, shoots, and is fouled. 2 free throws for Tyler McCullough.
And Lamont Cruz sparking this Raiders team here in the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely a much better performance in the second quarter. And hopefully they can go into the halftime on a high note. McCullough. First free throw. It is off. So some substitutions for Governor Livingston. It looks like Matthew Fowler is suiting up to get subs in. McCullough misses his second, and the Raiders get the rebound. Some lucky break for the Raiders that they can take the lead on this possession. Mitch for 3. He got it! And the Raiders have their first lead of the night. It is a 25-23 game.
And he sinks it with a little bit of swagger, doesn't he?
Yeah, some serendipity off in it, down and in. DeFranzo, double teamed. Over to Reiner. And the Raiders get the rebound. Minch Jabruli. And they turn it over. Governor Livingston has the ball again. McCullough. Over to Reiner. And it's DeFranzo with it. Takes a shot, and he overshot it a little, and the Raiders get the rebound. Cruz. Less than a minute to play here in the first half. He's taking his time. Cruz kind of bobbles it. Over to Minch. Minch has some room, takes a three-pointer, and it is no good. DeFranzo picks up his rebound. Over to Reiner, down the right wing. 33 seconds to go here in the first half. McCullough with it now, setting up for a play. Gets some space, turns around, looks for a pass. And it's a timeout for Governor Livingston with 22.8 seconds remaining. But one thing that is certain, the Raiders have had a much stronger performance here in the second quarter.
And a lot more intensity here from the Raiders in the second quarter.
Oh, yes. Okay.
We apologize for the first half of the second quarter not being audio recorded.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have the world-class technology that ESPN and TNT have, but we're making the most of our resources.
We have the world-class technology of Raymond Moscow.
Yes. Shout out to Armos and our cameraman Angelo Denizio doing a fine job tonight.
Angelo, say hi to the folks.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, timeout is over. Governor Livingston looks ready to play. They're out on the court, and the Raiders are still talking it over, but here come the players. With only 22.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and the Raiders have their they are in the lead, 25-23. And it's Josh Caldener inbound. Over to Fowler. He's had a strong offensive performance this half. Fowler with Cruz guarding him closely. Fowler gets it back. Over to Colden. And it's a travel. So it looks like the Raiders will have the last possession of the first half, if barring a turnover.
And playing basketball, you need to dribble the ball before you move your feet. That's just the way it goes.
A little silly mistake, but Cruz has it. Over to Jabril. Jet back to Guy. Minch. Jabrulis. 0 seconds. He looked to be fouled, and the refs call nothing, but the Raiders have a 25-23 lead after the first 2 quarters. And it will likely be a half of adjustments for both sides, as the Raiders, although they had a little slow start, they definitely came back strong, and they do now have the lead.
And Raiders going up 2. We'll be back soon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the second half here at Scott Twain's Family High School. The Raiders lead the Governor Livingston Highlanders by a score of 25-23 right before the third quarter begins.
So far, Lamont Cruz is a game-high 12 points. Tommy right behind him with 10. And Ryan Davey, has 9 for the GL Highlanders.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's going to be a highly contested second half here because, Governor Livingston looked to be running away with the game pretty early, but the Raiders really stormed back and they took the lead in emphatic fashion.
Chris, things were really clicking for the Raiders at the end of the first half.
Yeah, their shooting really went up. And now Cruz inbounds the ball. The Raiders have the first possession of this second half. Cruz over to Layla. Dwight looking for a play. Back to Cruz. Lamont takes a 3, and it's off. And Governor Livingston, Ryan Davey, rebounds.
Not the shot you want to start off the half.
Yeah, and Fowler. He's kind of had a hot hand tonight. And McCullough over to Davey. Looking for a play. Back to Fowler. Fowler pulls up, shoots, and connects. And the Governor Livingston Highlanders break the ice here in the second half. And it's Cruz inbounding. Over to Minch. Back to Layler. Drubelis comes up, looks to be fouled. And I believe it's Raiders ball. Lamont Cruz inbound. Layler gets inside and he misses. And Ryan Davey rebounds. McCullough. Cruz closely guarding him. Gets a pick from DeFranzo. And it's a turnover from Governor Livingston. And the Raiders get the ball back. Cruz inbounds. Back to Cruz. Looks for a play. Brady gets it, puts it up, and it is no good. But Layler gets the rebound and puts it in, and the Raiders have taken the lead back.
And after a minute and a half gone by in the third quarter, that's their first bucket of the half.
Now, hopefully a strong start to continue for the Raiders. DeFranzo, double team, over to Fowler. Fowler goes inside, puts it up, and in. And Governor Livingston has tied this game once again. Cruz comes down with it. Back to Drubelis. Tommy looking for a play. Back to Dwight Layla. Back to Tommy. Goes inside with the left hand, puts it up, and it's no good. McCullough rebounds it. McCullough passes inside. Double team, and it looks like it's 2 free throws for Governor Livingston.
Well, that'll be a jump ball.
Oh, a jump ball,
in fact.
excuse me. I thought Matthew Schumann got some contact down low.
The possession arrow points toward Governor Livingston, so they will get the ball out of bounds.
McCullough to inbound. Over to Davey. Davey over to McCullough. Looks for a play. Pulls up, and he misses. Another missed shot for Matthew Schumann. But it's Jack Brady coming down the right side. Hooks it with the right hand and in. The Raiders have a 29-27 lead.
That's Brady's first bucket of the game.
Hopefully he gets I'm sure he wants a few more points tonight and make his mark. Some passing over inside the Raiders half. Fowler puts it up and banks it in. And it's another tie game.
And you could compare this Highlander passing to ones like the Spurs. The Spurs continue to pass to break the press, and they get a good shot out of it.
Yeah. Minch over to Cruz. Cruz behind the three-point line. Over to Brady, down low. Turns over, hooks it with the right hand, and in. Jack Brady looks to be heating up in this third quarter, and it's a 31-29 lead for Scotch Plains family. Davey with it. More passing. McCullough with it now. McCullough down the right side. Over to DeFranzo. Layler guarding him. DeFranzo faking it. Back to McCullough. Fakes the shot. Back to DeFranzo. Fakes again. And it is blocked by Dwight Layler, but Fowler gets it back. Fowler over to McCullough. Puts it up, and he misses it. And Jack Brady looks to be having a strong third quarter. Gets the rebound. Going over. Dwight Layler puts it up for three, and he airballs it. And it is Governor Livingston ball.
That's airmail for the bench.
Yeah. And Governor Livingston to inbound. McCullough. Back to Colden. Colden taking it slow down his own half. Look for a play. Tommy guarding him. Colden inside to DeFranzo, and it is a foul called on Dwight Layler. He looks to disagree with the call, but there was some contact down low. Colden to inbound. Over to DeFranzo. He gets it, puts it back up top to McCullough. Over to Fowler. Fowler kind of bobbles it. He holds on to it, and he gets it to McCullough. Over to DeFranzo. He has some room. And a wild pass from Dylan. It's a travel, excuse me. Ball went out of bounds. Justin Guy checks in for his first appearance of this third quarter. Cruz to inbound. Over to Tommy. Cruz taking it slow, setting up a play. Cruz crosses. Over to Minch. Back to Google. Tommy looks for a pass. Back to Minch. Up top to Cruz. Cruz. Over to Tommy. He looks to spin. He gets it to Guy. Back to Minch. Minch gets some separation. He goes up, and he is fouled. And the Raiders can extend their lead further here in this third quarter with some free throws for Minch. Definitely looks like offense is the best form of defense for the Raiders here. They've definitely had a good time of possession thus far in the third quarter. Minch, first free throw. In and out, and it's some more substitutions for Governor Livingston, as it is Mello and Ryan Davey back in this game. And Minch makes his second, so it's a three-point game here. Colden gets the inbound pass from Davey. Takes it slow, looks for a play. Tommy, some good defense on him. Over to Davey. Davey, over to Fowler. He's double-teamed. Back to Davey. Over to Fowler once more. Fowler drives, puts it up, and he misses it. And he gets his own rebound and puts it in. And it's a one-point game. Cruz gets Lamont Cruz with some speed, comes down, puts it up, and is fouled.
He's drawing fouls left and right, Lamont Cruz.
Well, it's unfortunate his free throw shooting has been less than satisfactory, I'm sure, for him, but he can extend the Raiders' lead. Lamont sets up, puts it in, up, and in. Nothing but net for his first free throw attempt. Cruz puts in his second, and it is another three-point affair here in Scotch Plains. Colden gets the inbound pass. Setting up, taking it slow at the logo. Cruz with some tight defense on him. Over to Davey. Davey. Back to, Colden. Colden gets a pick from Shoot. Oh, and it is blocked by Lamont Cruz.
He sends that one into next week, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. You're telling. You could say that again. Inbounds to Fowler. Fowler. Down low. Looks for a pass. Over. Schumann. Fowler gets it back. Over to Colden. Josh Colden. Gets a pick. Puts it up. And it's no good. But Schumann gets the rebound. And it is rebounded by Finn. By Minch, excuse me. Cruz. Behind the back pass a guy. Guy looks for a play, gets it to Brady. Over to Minch. Back to Tommy. You got 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Brady. Back to Tommy. Lamont Cruz. Cruz. Gets it to Tommy. Drives inside. Puts it up. And it is not anywhere close to the basket as GL get the rebound.
Syracuse is unhappy. Coach Steve Syracuse for the Raiders because there are many fouls that aren't called.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot more contact. The refs are really letting them go here. And it's rebounded by Drulis. Over to Brady. Puts it up and in. A soft touch from Jack Brady. And the Raiders have a 5-point lead here in the third quarter. Fowler. Down low to Schumann. Back to, or excuse me, over to Mello. Back to Fowler. And it's a foul call. And Jay Williams coming in for the Raiders. All for Tommy Drew. Colden inbound. Over to Ryan Davey. Over to Mello. Puts it up, in and out. And Jack Brady gets the rebound. Cruz coming down with speed. And he loses his handle, but it is still Raiders ball as it goes off Colden. With 52.1 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Williams to inbound. Back to Cruz. Cruz over to Mitch. Brady. Back to Williams. Looks for a pass. You got 45 left. Guy triple teamed, and it is still Raider ball.
Alfonso's going to check in for Schumann.
He's definitely been a big defensive presence here for Governor Livingston. Williams inbounds to Cruz. Less than 40 to play here in the third quarter. Cruz. Williams looking for a pass. Cruz with it. Over to Guy, and it's tipped out. And it's called Raiders ball after some controversy over that out of bounds. Minch to inbound. Over to Williams. Williams moving around, looking for a play. Oh, and look, some contact for Lamont Cruz there. 16 to shoot, or 16 to play, rather. Taking his time with 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And we're looking to get a buzzer beater. Cruz crosses up. Over to Williams for three. And he misses it. And it is a 36-31 game here going into the fourth quarter.
And Chris, how do you think the Raiders are doing so far throughout 3 quarters? Up 5 points, but definitely not the lead they were thinking.
Yeah, they've definitely gotten some good offense, but they haven't really put away this game yet. Governor Livingston, they can still come back and win this, but I'm sure they're going to have a strong fourth quarter because they definitely have had a good showing down the stretch here. Good sportsmanship from the referee as he tosses the T-shirt over to Mike.
I just got my first T-shirt of the season.
The first of many.
First of many, hopefully.
Yes.
What you're going to do is make a little bit of eye contact. Pass it right over here.
Yeah. Easy lob.
Let's see. Should we look at it?
Same 5 coming out as the third quarter was finished for the Raiders. And Cruz is going to inbound.
Cruz inbounds the ball to Jay Williams. Jay Williams is still searching for a little bit more minutes. Here, now Brady. Cruz at the top of the key. Layler back to Cruz. Now Guy drives down the left side of the lane, goes up, and he gets fouled. He's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Definitely a patient approach by the Raiders here in the fourth quarter, looking to kill some time while also putting some points on. Very good offense to start off this fourth quarter.
Justin Guy looking for his first points of the contest today. And converts on the first free throw.
Definitely a good performance here from the Raiders, and they look to keep it going down the stretch.
Guy on the second free throw off the front of the iron, collected by Davey. Now Josh Colden. He's going to come up the middle of the floor. Faller puts a couple moves in. Now DeFranzo. Back out to Faller. Governor Livingston's going to restart. Here's Davey into the corner for Colden. Colden puts up a 3. No good. Only net. No rim. Brady streams down the floor, but nothing goes on the layup. Schumann comes up with the rebound. Now Faller racing down. Only Layler there. Faller up. No good. Schumann collects the rebound. Tipped away. Now Brady has it. Lamont Cruz brings it up the middle of the floor. Has options. Jay Williams is going to shoot a 3. No good. Layler collects the rebound with a little bit of contact there from DeFranzo. Now Cruz is going to set it up for the Raiders.
1 minute gone by here in the fourth quarter.
Williams gets fouled by Faller. Faller not happy, thought it wasn't a reach, but there was definite contact.
Substitution here for the Raiders. Looks like Jay Williams is off, and it's Tommy Drew. His last name is always a tricky one for me.
And Raiders up by 6. Cruz is going to start this possession. Now Drubulus steps back for 3.
Whoa!
Tommy Drubulus hits the 3.
It's a 9-point game here, and the Raiders look to be running away with this one.
Now here's Davey. Davey on the right side. Swings to Colden. Colden swings one more time to Faller. Faller for the shot.
Oh!
It is good. Matthew Faller pulls the trigger and connects.
It is a back-and-forth affair here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders better buckle up.
Faller now with 16. Guy on the right side. Now Cruz drives towards the top of the key. Drives towards the lane. And gets the foul called.
It looks like it's a bit of a controversial call here. Governor Livingston supporters definitely do not have the same view as the refs, so they see it a little different.
Cruz currently with 18. Could have more if he hits some more free throws. Sinks the first one. And that's missed. DeFranzo comes up with the rebound. Now Davey. Here's Faller on the right side. Faller. Now Colden. And 3 ball. Side pocket for Ryan Davey.
Raiders, they look a little apprehensive here. They're giving them some space to take those 3 balls.
Highlanders now within 4. Guy Drubulus on the right side and has an answer for Ryan Davey. Drubulus, another 3.
It's a boxing match. Let's see who can go punch for punch.
Faller on the left side. In pass to Schumann. Schumann gives to DeFranzo. Back out to Faller. They're going to restart. Faller gets a screen from DeFranzo. Doesn't have options. Now Davey in the back door. Scoops it to Schumann. Schumann pulls up for 2 right outside the paint. and it is now a 5-point game. Jubilus has the ball on the right side. He's going to bring it up the floor. Guy's going to cut. Now at the elbow. Justin Guy looking for Jubilus again. A lot of contact. Ball fakes. Brings it out to Cruz. Cruz spins, and the floater off the glass is good for Lamont Cruz.
Timeout here for Governor Livingston. And even though it's a back and forth affair, the Raiders look to be starting to go into, no pun intended, cruise control here.
Lamont Cruz is definitely cruising down the floor with 16 points here in this contest. Out of the 46 the Raiders have. Raiders now up 7 with just under 5 minutes to go. And we're going to restart here out of the timeout. McCullough is going to inbound it. Inbounds to Fowler. Fowler's going to bring it up the left side of the floor. A little bit of man-to-man press from Cruz. Fowler calling the offense. Drives, has nothing. Now DeFranzo on the block. Spins and stripped away by Cruz. Cruz rushing down the right side of the floor. Goes up and off the side of the backboard. Blaler gets it. Swings to Guy. Brady and Jubilus. Back to Brady. And Cruz, now with the ball, is going to restart. Jubilus on the left side. Now Layler at the top of the key. Here's Guy. Jubilus on the right wing. He's going to swing it to Dwight Layler. Layler now back to Guy. And Lamont in the right corner. Goes up and gets fouled from behind on McCullough. He's going to go to the line one more time.
Wow, I mean, definitely some controversial calls here, but now I think the Raiders are getting the calls that they deserve. There's definitely been a lot of touching and a lot of contact here.
And Lamont clanks it off the front of the rim with a little bit of pressure from the Highlanders supporters. Raiders up 7 here with just about 4 minutes to go. And Lamont Cruz has one free throw. Sinks the second. Raiders up 8 now. Davey back to McCullough. McCullough's going to bring the ball up. Jubilus guards. And McCullough brings it around his back. Now here's Rayner. McCullough swings it across to Faulkner. Faulkner makes a move on Cruz. Goes up and no good. It's going to hit off the rim. And they're going to call a traveling violation, but Steve Siracusa wants a foul called. Great defense by Faulkner to try and rip it away and let go. Minch is going to check in for Justin Guy. Rayner on the right side. Now Colden. Colden looking to reset the offense. He has nothing. Jubilus guarding tight. Now Rayner pulls up for 3. No good. Jubilus corrals the rebound. And we're going to go down to the other end of the floor.
Let's see if the Raiders can get some points on and really puts the pedal to the metal here.
Now Layler gets it tipped away by Rayner, but gets it back. Now Cruz makes a move on Colden through the lane, and Cruz is by the Highlanders defense.
The walking highlight reel, Lamont Cruz. Another beautiful finish at the rim.
He's got 19 for the Raiders. And Brady tips it away. Jubilus comes up with it. Brady down the floor. And he gets stripped. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be Highlanders ball.
Good defensive play by Jack Brady. Let's see if they can get another big stop here.
Here's Cruz. He's going to foul Colden on the inbound. Raiders going to inbound to Colden. Almost got the 5-second call. With great pressure from the Raiders. Now up 10 with under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Colden gets absolutely swatted by Lamont Cruz, who calls back for it after the Brady rebound. Now Layler. Beautiful pass to Cruz. And that's great teamwork. And the Highlanders are going to talk this over with a 12-point lead from the Raiders.
And now it might be time to kind of sit back a little. You know, you're running out of time. It's a big lead for the Raiders. And let's see what GL has in store.
Lamont Cruz has averaged only 8.8 points throughout these 6 games. Now with 21 points, definitely going to bring his average up.
Oh, yeah. I'm really happy for him. This is a big game for him, and hopefully they can finish strong here.
Put like right there. I'm serious. And do it out there. And coming out of the timeout here, we're going to have Layler, Brady, Drubulus, Minch, and Cruz. The Highlanders are going to have Rayner, Colden, Davey, looks like Fowler, and Schumann.
Less than 2.5 to play here in the fourth quarter, folks.
Rayner's going to inbound it. Doesn't have anybody. Now has Fowler. Fowler races down the floor. Drubulus can't keep up. And Davey on the right side is going to shoot a 3, but it's blocked by Dwight Layler. Cruz comes up with the rebound. Another rebound for him.
And the Governor Livingston fans are calling for a foul there.
Cruz doesn't have anything. Almost got his 5-second call. Drubulus into Minch. Minch, he's going to be a presence in the paint. And gets fouled by Colden. He goes to the line and shoot 2.
Really good offensive play there by Minch. And he looks to extend this lead further.
Minch sinks the first free throw. And Minch sinks the second free throw. A little bit of smiles coming off that Raiders bench.
Having some fun now. 14-point game. Oh!
And Colden almost throws it away. Does throw it away. And Drubulus corrals it and puts up the 2-point layup. Now Rayner on the left side drives through the middle on Layler, but Layler is going to hit his wrist, and that's a foul called.
I don't know about that. It looked like he got the ball, but hey.
Well, I heard it from up here.
Yeah.
So Rayner's going to go to the line and shoot 2. He's averaging 4.2 a game. Makes the first. And misses the second. Now Minch at the top of the key. Here's Brady and Layler on the right side. Now Drubulus in the corner. Here's Cruz at the top of the key. Cruz is going to take it back out and set it up again. Cruz doesn't have anybody. Now Drubulus comes to his rescue. Drubulus, Brady on the left side now. Brady with a nifty pass to Drubulus and a nifty finish from Drubulus. With an assist from Jack Brady.
It's a 17-point game here. Let's see what GL has with a minute to play.
And the 17 points that have been scored by Drubulus has been the difference here. And Rayner puts up a 3, no good. Cruz goes up and gets absolutely clobbered by Rayner. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2 more free throws.
Looked like a karate match with some chopping action going on there.
I'll say so. Raiders up 17 with 50.7 seconds to go. And Cruz sinks the first free throw. And some wholesale subs for the GL Highlanders.
Looks like a few for the Raiders as well. Looks
Jake
like
Pennick coming in. No points yet.
Looks like
for
Anthony
him.
Porter, Tommy Lauchik, and Sean Williams are checking in for the Raiders here. 50
So
points.
substitutions for both, which means this game is pretty much in the books, don't you think, Chris?
Yeah, 19-point game. I think the Raiders definitely, they would love a win like this, and they got it. You know, they're going to stay undefeated on the season. And I think it was a real complete game. It was a sluggish start, but Governor Livingston definitely made them pay early on, but they definitely showed it was a team win. Even though Lamont Cruz really stole the spotlight tonight, I have to give the Raiders credit. It was a real good performance on both sides of the court.
And so Governor Livingston's going to inbound the ball. It'll be Jackson Doltz. Still searching for his first points. Can he get them here in the final minute of the game? Rayner is going to bring it up the right side of the floor, guarded by Brogan Quigley. Now Pennick. Pennick into Doltz. Doltz passes it in and gets stripped away, Mello does. But a double dribble call is going to be called on Nick Jackson as he races down the floor. So that's a turnover, a quick turnover for the Raiders. Jake Pennick is going to inbound the ball and has Rayner behind half court. He crosses the timeline now to the right side. Left side, excuse me. Rayner in to Mello, and Mello gets fouled by Williams with a push in the back.
Oh yeah, some sloppy play here, but what does it really matter with 32.7? But definitely something the head coach won't really like.
And it's already sloppy play by the Raiders with the new subs. Doltz can't find anybody. Now Mello, and gets fouled again by Sean Williams. He's going to go to the line and shoot one after converting the bucket.
Good play by him, a really smart inbound by Governor Livingston, and they get a couple points on the board, but I think it's all said and done here. Too little, too late.
Mello off the mark. Porter collects the rebound. Now Jackson up the left side of the floor. Jackson. He's going to dribble it out. Lauchik now. And Williams cutting. Here's Quigley on the top of the key. Kicks to Jackson. Jackson pulls up from the elbow. Can't convert. Quigley goes to get the rebound off the head of Jake Faulkner and collects the rebound again. Rogan. Out to Porter. 1 second left, and that'll be the game as Nick Jackson dribbles it out. 59-42 is the final score, and the Raiders close this one out a big way.
Yeah, definitely a big performance in the second half. That third quarter was the real turning point here, and Lamont Cruz and Tommy Drubelis really had a great game. Handshakes for the Raiders and the Governor Livingston Highlanders now, and definitely some real good sportsmanship. Although the fans definitely had their opinions, it was a complete game from the Raiders.
And Lamont Cruz cruises by with 22 points here. Drubelis right behind him with 17. And the GL high, 15 for Matthew Fowler, and as he hits a couple of threes. So a great game and a great matchup, but the Raiders have sealed this one out and took the W.
Yeah, they're 6-0 on the season. You know, hopefully they can just keep up their strong start, and you know they could definitely make something happen. This roster, good cohesion, really great teammates. They all have fun with each other, and it was another strong performance by Scotts Plains family.
Yes, indeed. All right.
I think
That'll do it. That'll do it for us.
I'm Chris Bagdonis.
And I'm Mike Gross. And this has been a Scotts Plains Fan Raider News presentation of Raiders basketball.